Hey YouTube, what's up? I am coming to you today with another video about health and fitness. Today I'm going to do a review on the Netflix documentary Fit for TV about The Biggest Loser. So I watched that documentary yesterday, and it just brought up a lot of different feelings. In my opinion, the documentary was kind of sad. It was kind of sad to see the former contestants and how they felt about the show and how they felt that the show impacted them. But I just wanted to touch on a couple of things. I definitely felt like the documentary was relatable because I lost over 100 pounds, and many of those contestants lost over 100 pounds, some over 200 pounds. And just, sort of the things that they were saying, like, being a bigger person, you are invisible, but also highly visible, like hyper visible. And I get exactly what they mean because it's like, people don't want to see you, but then they want to see you in a way to sort of make fun of you or degrade you in a way to make themselves feel better. So I definitely understood that. I could relate to that in the documentary. I could relate to Joelle, who said that she was berated by the trainer in a way that other people weren't. And, I've been through similar things, not with a trainer, but just in general. But the main thing I just wanted to say about the documentary in relation to real life and society is that it's sort of a catch-22 for people, because we live in a world that does not value health, it does not value fitness, and it does not value wellness. Sure, you'll have certain people, groups of people, subsets of people who do, but just in general, think about it. The advertisements that we see on a daily basis, whether it's on a billboard or whether it's on a YouTube ad, it's going to be an advertisement about fast food, ice cream, candy bars, things of that nature. You normally don't see advertisements for salads or fruits and things that are truly, truly healthy for your body, nuts and seeds. You're not going to see an advertisement about that. So it's almost as if these things are put in front of us for us to live this unhealthy lifestyle. But then when the results of the unhealthy lifestyle comes, which is gaining weight and becoming unhealthy, then, people look at you like you're crazy, or they're shocked. But it's like, this is the world that we live in. This is what's marketed to people, is unhealthy food and unhealthy lifestyles. We live in a world where, we are under capitalism and we have to work. And just like they said in the documentary, and this is why a lot of the some of the contestants gained weight back. They weren't able to train for 6 or 8 hours a day because they had to go to work. So, and being that work usually takes up some of our best hours, waking hours of the day, which is 9 to 5, we don't have that time to train and work out unless you are a trainer or unless you work in the health and fitness industry. So many people just sort of get left behind. So we, like I said, we live in this world where fitness is not valued, working out is not valued, eating correctly is not valued. And even, when people do start eating correctly, they sort of get a side eye for that or are looked at like they're crazy for eating healthy. So people just shouldn't be shocked if, there are overweight people or a good amount of Americans are overweight, because this is what's marketed to us. This is what it's a logical and natural progression of what is supposed to happen after the lifestyle that's promoted to us. So it just, doesn't make a whole lot of sense. I really wish people would, instead of judging bigger people, would really think about that, before they jump to conclusions that person is just lazy or they just eat too much. Because look at the world that we live in. What are the alternatives? Now, if we lived in a utopia where we had all day to ourselves and, we didn't have to work in many jobs, many of us are working jobs that we don't like, or in careers or career paths that we don't like just to make money. Most people are just trying to make a paycheck. And say we had all that time to ourselves, of course, more people would work out and be healthier and have time to read and research and study and find out the things that are good for you and not good for you. But, people barely have time to think between work and family and all these other responsibilities. So it's something to think about. this is the world that we live in. But that is my take on the documentary, Fit for TV. It was good. It was good to know what the contestants really went through and how it impacted their lives. But it was sad. It was sad to see the parts where some people cried, and like seeing the guy who lost the most weight. He had lost 239 pounds, and then he gains it all back, I think, and more. But seeing that was kind of sad. But overall, it was a good documentary. But just keep those points in mind that I said.